Good afternoon, teacher. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be analyzing the video of storytelling of the book My Lucky Day. This book is from the genre narrative and fantasy for children from 3 to 8 years old. In this video, the teacher employs a couple of storytelling techniques, starting with character voices. She will use a different tone of voice depending on which character is talking, right? Pronunciation. She will use very clear pronunciation and rhythm throughout the whole storytelling. Pausing. She will pause when necessary and she won't just keep on reading on and on. And she shows the pictures from the book. She doesn't just read for herself, she shows the children. And also, she uses a very friendly tone, very warm and very clear. In this story, there is a couple of themes or messages that are very important. So, cleverness wins is the first one. And this is because, the piglet used his brain, he thought about it, how he could save himself, and he tricked the fox. Then, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge someone by how they look, because even though the piglet looked weak, he wasn't weak. And the irony that the fox thinks he's gonna have a lucky day, but he doesn't have a lucky day. It shows how things can always turn around. I would also love to talk about two potential challenges that could come up when reading this specific book. So, the topic of predator and prey is very challenging because if it's very young children, they can get scared. And then trickery and manipulation because the piglet, tricks and manipulates the fox, but it could be tricky for young kids to understand when you can employ this and when you shouldn't employ this. If I had to give some feedback to this teacher, which did a wonderful job reading this book, I think it would be to maybe slow down a little bit. I know it can be challenging because the time is limited and there are a lot of kids, but I think just giving children a little bit more time to analyze what she just read would be great. But she did an amazing job.